Okay, so we complete the miscellaneous way, right? This is what you require to know miscellaneous. Take your time to digest. Next one, we're coming to Rūpa. Very interesting one. I think you will like it. You understand about how your body, physical body is made of, and how this each part so-called react, and how human being have this so-called sophisticated nature. Okay, very interesting one. So today we are not going in that. We are just give you an introduction. What is Rūpa? Remember earlier when we start the course in year 1, we need to know about consciousness. Then you need to know about the mental factor of cetasika. Now third year you need to know about Rūpa, matter, how humans are formed. Very interesting subject. Okay, I hope you all can learn something from it. Okay, how we human is born, and we have to take care, and then hopefully next rebirth we have a better human characteristic. Okay, so how this matter is formed. So previous year we dealt with human psychic and detailed understanding of our mental world, about the consciousness and also the mental factor. So Abhidhamma also give analysis of the physical world. So third year we are doing with physical, so more interesting. But the worrying part is that we need to know interrelated this matter, the physical part with Cheta and Cetasika, which is very, very complex and also very hard for us to understand. Okay, so we hopefully can learn something from this. Rūpa term means which is subject to change and decay. So any matter that is hard it is subject to change and decay, or what you call impermanent aspect of life. That's why how our body born from a small baby to adult, and then adult we suffer from each state of decay until we perish, total broken. So English is translated as a matter of form. So human identify strongly with and get attached to the body. Okay, the trouble is other religion. They always say that this body or human or whatever you can call it is the creation of God, and it's about the current life and importance of everything exists in this current life. And upon expiry of this body, the soul will reunite with this so-called God, or the eternal world, or heavenly world, or whatever they call it. So they always think that in other religion, they always think that there's only one life here. There's no continuation of life, unlike our Buddhism. We say about rebirth. To them, is this life you might enjoy maximum and also be happy, everything with the fate of God. You'll be reunited with the heavenly world or with your God, eternal God. So there's a difference between soul and human body. There's a problem with the other religion treating this. For us, a body is just a shell for us to stay. And upon expiry, we seek for next shell to grow again. So what is Rūpa? To Buddhists, the five senses are the only real things. No one can deny the existence and not dreams, thought, or concept. Okay, right? Human, we all are very realistic. It's our five senses. It's a real thing, no other thing. But we have more explanation on this, on what is Rūpa. So, what is real? It's existence. It's not about things, dream, or whatever. So the physical body, which is visible as one solid figure and tangible, as something everlasting is built up with minute particles. So Buddhism say this body is made up of many kind of minute particles we call kalapas. And then these minute particles as over the period of time will grow and form and come to a state until it cannot form further. That's a state of decay. Okay, so we will study this, how this human body will grow as scientific as science. So the substance are termed as Rūpa, Pamata, Dhamma. This is how you can understand about yourself, how our body is it. And you will learn something about this because you yourself that stay in this shell is the owner of everything. So you should be more able to understand every moment of your body better than a doctor. The doctor only can diagnose with your kind of feedback that what's the problem, then they over analyze over the study, then they give you a deduction. But for us, each of us, whether our body is good and bad, you and each of us know yourself better than the doctor. So whatever minute thing where changes occur within itself, such things are reckoned as constituted by the Rūpa. So any changes, whether good or bad, is caused by Rūpa. So common feature in Rūpa, similar to science, is subject to continuous and repeated disintegration and decomposition. It's same as science. Our cells are die, then are replaced by new cell. So this process is happening behind us. We cannot see it unless you go to a microscope, then you can understand. So this thing happening every moment, every now and then. So we are subject to change every now and then. It's exactly like science. So physical body of each and every being of any world experience this change from moment to moment. Okay. So this moment you may be well. Next moment you may not be well. So it's a changing process, and it's like science. Anything can happen. So this change taking place momentarily is not clear to the naked eyes unless you go through a microscope and examine. We can never able to see it, okay? Or unless you practice like a Buddha, and then you can see what happened to you, to yourself. So early science, the smallest matter found as atom, long time ago. And then later, and through later scientists, they found that it can be subdivided the atom further into categories such as electrons, protons, and etc. So during the early Buddhism, they were able to divide the atom into kalapas, more minute than. So you see how fantastic, without science, our Buddha able to even penetrate to the minute things right inside our body. So our Buddha mainly focused on human problems, and his endeavor was to elevate them. Right? Actually, Buddha never teach about Abhidhamma. Right? His important is to solve human problems, and then how to fix it, how to solve this suffering. It's only through later development. It's all in the sutta. To the monks, they understand further and break down so-called higher learning, Abhidhamma. That is why we have this Abhidhamma, which many scholars claim that it's not a teaching of Buddha. But all these things can be found in the sutta. It's only to later understanding that Abhidhamma was further refined and developed into further more sophisticated study. So since the material body is called halala, or what I call clear fluid, is accompanied the arising of the first birth consciousness, pati sandhi. We should understand the cause of arising and the ceasing of the material body throughout one's life. So our Buddhist explanation is that upon death, death, we will seek for rebirth. It's a very fast, instantaneous process. Every life will hit to the first womb that it can come, right? So we are more like hungry ghosts, to say it in the general term. Seek the very first birth, so you must fight with other, all seeking for rebirth, all the kind of consciousness, when you fight, whoever has the fastest would go into the womb and conceive as a baby. So we have no understanding of selecting the right kind of father, mother, and the kind of scenario that will make you have the scenario to practice. So we have the choice of no choice, actually seeking for very first womb that able to get in. So that's why we have our father, mother, and the environment will change our destiny for the next rebirth. Unless you are sort of Arahant or kind of Buddha standard, then probably have a choice to select your right father, right mother. So that cause of change are many. They include heat and cold. Okay? Whether your this consciousness can come to this particular womb, also a deciding factor by the environment, like heat and cold. You may not want the heat, so you avoid this womb and go to another one. Okay, so these are factors to affecting you. Unlike Buddha, they choose destiny of one womb, that's all. So in very cold climate, your skin crack, pigment changes, you catch cold and fall ill. So all these affect the conceiving of the first, what is called, first life. Then we look into further. If you are classified into a group of the Pugaris, or what I call Lokantarika, I mean you are born in the woeful state. Then these sinners will drop into a very cold water and crushed to death. So for these who are born of a bad existence, then you will suffer on the very first moment of death and upon your next rebirth. So in hot climate, your skin will get inflamed, reddened, you'll get burns and scald, you'll get sunstroke. Similarly, if you are born wrongly into the African continent in the desert, then too bad. You will be suffer under this kind of humid condition. Moreover, you may be bitten by mosquito, pests, dogs, or snake, and some of these bites may be fatal. Example, if you are born in this called Africa, any moment of your life when you are conceived, next moment you're bitten by a snake, that's the end of your life. And also in Africa, you still suffer on hunger and thirst, may also kill you. You won't become an adult in your young age, you'll be killed by the environment. So these are examples of changing nature of Rūpa. So it's best to choose and have the destiny of a better rebirth in our next existence. Okay, so with this, we stop at Rūpa and we will go further next session. More challenging and more understandable of each of the 28 elements inside the Mahabhutas and the derivatives.